EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Chicago Bears.
Set to kick off.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Here's Oliver. And he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
On the tackle.
Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Gurley. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
The Falcons send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Oh, had to get it up. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
But they didn't have their normal cushion there in order to punt the ball away. It leads to a lot of anxiety for the team kicking the football.
But for the punter, you know that you've got to get rid of that quickly there. Not quick enough.
And also, not stepping behind you and stepping over the end line for a safety. That one gets blocked, and it's 6 points.
Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A 7-yard pickup.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
First down, Ryan. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. He's picked off at his own 46 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. his first carry, he loses the football. And the Falcons grab it. Look at the big man rumble. 20, 10, 5. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon team.
Touchdown, Falcons.
The big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
Midnight snack.
everything that you could possibly do. He did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. And that'll set him back 5. Now Trubisky to throw on second. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And it's caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Kalen Ballage, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
Is good.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Gurley again here on first down. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. A big run there by Gurley. Give him 42 yards on the ground.
2-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Play action. Ryan. Uncorks one for Davis. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Take over first and...
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Sheffield on the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 20-yard line. On second down and 4, Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but there, first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The sack by Robert Quinn.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the shotgun, Ryan. And this one to Treadwell, complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
1-yard attempt. Younghoe Koo for the Falcons field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses them about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
First down, Chicago.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Falcons' 33-yard line.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top. Successfully.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. the gun. Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie A.J. Terrell. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at about the 32. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown.
To number 37. Touchdown.
The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
Here's Oliver. And he'll be stopped inside his own 10. And the penalty marker likely going against him as well. What a mess. Now it's Gurley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
The ball carrier.
Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
9-yard line.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Let's go.
2nd and 5 now. Ryan looking deep for Julio. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. To throw is Ryan. He completes it to Treadwell. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for 28 yards.
That's another.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Bears 18-yard line.
To throw again is Ryan. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Brings up.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down from the 8. They can get a 1st down by reaching the 5. Now a draw play for Gurley. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Ryan. And it'll be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there, as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10.
Well, from what we've seen thus far, this is not a formula for winning football. When you have more turnovers than points scored, that's a tough way to try and win a game.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
45, 45, 45, come on, 45. Got you. Alert. Trap 60.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34.
So the first thing that crossed my mind is, why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Eddie Jackson picks it. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
It's 2nd down.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Play action. Now Trubisky steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. They find some open field here. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, how does the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away? Fielded in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
at their own 24-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Check 31, check 31. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check right.
They'll start with a give here to Balaj. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards.
A gain of 33.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26.
He's brought down
a good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
17 yards.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Now Balaj. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 12.
They'll run here with Balaj. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple.
At the 4-yard line.
Balaj. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
At the 3-yard line.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
It's 3rd down.
They run it with Balaj. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
Taken down behind.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Rosas' kick is good. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Ryan to throw. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
That's another Falcons first down.
They run. It's Gurley. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 24-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan completes it to Lee. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They go play action. Trubisky is going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
At the 28-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Gurley looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
From the gun, Ryan. And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he is all the way up past the 25. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start on the ground with Balaj. And he powers his way up past the 30. Darquez Denard there to make the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd and 6.
He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They go play action with Trubisky. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. And now it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
The Bears on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, 77 yards. And the Bears will extend their lead. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Looking downfield for Jones. He's got a man complete. It's a gain of 34. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
The 30-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 23 yards on the play. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Here's Ryan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. Todd Gurley standing by his lonesome in the backfield here. 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. And here just playing for pride at this point. Down big, but they'll go for it on 4th and goal. On the ground, this is Smith. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on.
Mike 45. Let's get the ball. Buffalo 18. Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Now Trubisky back into his end zone. He's going to fire one deep. Middle of... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. He's at the 30. 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Chicago.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Here's Smith to return it. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that. It's caught inside the 25. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
The 22-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's final score.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow. And for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour. And something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they can pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for Chicago, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.